Hi, my name's Sally Fairbank. I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 34 in 1988. I was absolutely blindsided by the diagnosis and just full of fear. I was really traumatized. I was in remission for 10 years, and then in 1998 I was diagnosed with a reoccurrence of stage 4 breast cancer, the same cancer, with a prognosis of 3 to 6 months to live. A lot of people have asked me, why do you think you have lived so long with cancer? And the longer I do journey and ponder that question, the more I have come to believe that it's kind of the call in my life. In the summer of 2000, I met a woman at Swedish. I was there for chemotherapy, and she was showing up that day for her first chemotherapy session. And it was just God's providence that we sat next to one another in that treatment room that day. We became fast friends. Jill and I experienced a lot together. I was able to share with her many, many times over the few years that we were friends about my relationship with the Lord and how He had been there for me and had given me strength and mercy and grace to go through the experiences that I had had up to that point with cancer survivorship. I think Jill battled her cancer for 4 years, and as time went on, it was obvious that the drugs just weren't working anymore, and she had a lot of fear about that. She had a lot of fear about what would happen at the end of her life. I was working in the office one day, and I got a call mid-afternoon from Jill, and she was desperate. And she said, "Sally gal, you need to come, and you need to come quick. I've overdosed on morphine." And I said, "Okay, Jill, I'll be there. I'll be right there." And she said, "And on your way, will you please stop at the ice cream store and get me a chocolate milkshake? Because if I'm going to die, I want to have a chocolate milkshake before I die." By the time I got there, she had relaxed a little bit. As we sat in her living room that afternoon, she said, "Sally gal, would you tell me one more time how you came to know Jesus?" And I said, "Sure, Jill, I'll do that." And so I shared with her just briefly. I asked her, I said, "Jill, why did you want me to tell you that and again?" And she said, "Because I'm ready to know Jesus." So I walked across the living room to her chair, and I knelt down beside her and moved the tubes out of the way and grabbed her hand and looked into her face. And I said, "Jill, would you like to pray with me now? Would you like to invite Jesus into your life? Would you like to trust Him now as your Lord and Savior?" And she said she was ready to do that. When we finished praying, I looked at her, and she had so much peace. And her eyes were twinkling, and she was just glowing, and she was smiling. And I said, "Jill, are you okay?" And she said, "I am. I'm okay." And I just had this moment when I believed that that was the reason I had cancer in my life. That because of my journey with cancer, that I had been led to Jill. Jesus is greater than cancer. Jesus is greater than death. And I am so blessed to be able to share that with you and to celebrate that truth with you this Easter season.